What's up, guys? That was crazy watching that deck building go on there. You were doing the interviews. I know I was doing a lot of
Yeah,
running around out there. That was fun to watch, just like I thought it'd be.
yeah. I mean, it was cool being on the other side of it because Grant and I tested it, and
Right.
when you sit down and you're given all these limitations, you're the wheels start spinning in your
Right.
brain. You're trying to figure out how can I make the most broken thing,
There's definitely some
and
smoke coming out of the ears. Yeah.
yeah, like when we originally tested it, I got red. I got rainbow colors,
Mm-hmm.
and I went with a range deck, and I decided to make a TIE Pilot Elite.
Elite side pilot.
So that he couldn't remove any of my range damage, and I thought that was gonna be super busted, but I mean it didn't really
Yeah, I did. I
end
remember it
up
didn't
coming
have a
into
lot of
effect.
effect. So,
But
but see, and that's something you don't normally think of. If you want two TIE pilot dice, normally you're running two TIE pilots. So.
right,
First up, we're going to have Eric and Matt facing off. So, Eric, we know, got the hero red, red, yellow.
mm-hmm.
And
And he decided to go with Wookiee Warrior, Rebel Trooper, and an Elite Rebel Commando.
Rebel Commando. Which I can see the elite on the Rebel Commando. It is one of the 10 health characters. And it's a pretty decent die. So,
Yeah, I asked him why he didn't want to do the Wookiee Warrior because it does have the 3 damage side on it, and he said it would just cost way too many resources.
right. Yeah, then you got resources coming into play there. Yeah, so.
And a single die Wookiee Warrior can probably handle himself.
Right. And now on the other side, Matt got villain, and he got red, red, blue. So we're going to look at a Death Trooper, a Magna Guard, and a Royal Guard. And he chose the Elite Death Trooper, which is kind of a no-brainer. That Death Trooper die is so good. So, looks like they're shuffling up, cutting. So we'll switch over to the game here for you just as soon as we can. Yeah, super interesting to watch these guys slowly form these decks together. And not only that, looking at it, Justin, like seeing where they were going with it and where I was in my head going with it.
Right.
Seeing the difference between that.
I mean, you got to watch Grant and I when we were,
Right.
practicing it last week, and so did you get this like the similar feeling?
Right. Yeah. Now, of course, with you and Grant, there was a little. I interacted maybe a little more than I did with these guys. I wasn't afraid to. Why are you putting this in there? Or, I didn't interact at all
Right.
with this deck building. But I think the greatest thing about this was sitting down, watching you and Grant sit down and play, and both of y'all just having this look on your face, like
We were trying to
I completely forgot about this card. Oh my god! You know.
right.
So that was the awesomeness to it. So.
All right, so we're gonna switch over to the overhead feed, and looks like our players are
Just took their first
shuffling
mulligan.
up. Yep.
So, super excited for this.
So who do you give the edge to in this matchup? Eric does have quite a bit of health, but
he has
so
quite a
does,
bit of health,
So
but-
does Matthew.
But that Death Trooper die is so good, and with the Guardian on Royal Guard, I don't know, man. I think it's pretty close, but I'd probably give the edge to the Death Trooper. But and a lot of that,
He does have the much better die than the Commando.
Yeah.
But I mean, Eric could have maybe slotted an instant trap into his deck.
right now, did they take shields?
I don't think they did. So we'll go make sure that. All right, so we got that straightened out. I thought that we had invited, competent, competitive
Well,
players.
that
to
just
this
goes to
thing.
show you they were so intent on deck building, Justin. Their brains were in that deck building mode now. Not only did they build this deck, now they're playing it for the first time. They're
Right.
trying to think of what in their deck they need to mulligan for, what in their deck to get rid of, stuff like that. So, I mean, it definitely it has their brains fried.
Right.
It's best of 3. So Eric rolls out his Wookiee, gets that discard, and then he's going to drop down Negotiate. Yep, looks like he removed both those Magna Guard die. The Magna Guard die with that... what's the new Magna Guard? The Magna Saber?
The Electrostaff?
Electrostaff. Magna Saber. I'm just going to make up names for stuff. That sounds cool.
So it looks like Eric does have an It's a Trap in his hand. Interesting he decided not to use it there. He could have just gotten a quick 6 damage.
Yeah.
Oh, the Royal Guard. He took the 1
Right.
from the Commando. Man, Royal Guard doing some work. Rolls out 2 melee.
Yeah, that Royal Guard, that Guardian ability, just like I said, I think it's going to play a big factor having Guardian. Now the Rebel Trooper also has that, but I don't know. I think I kind of there comes It's a Trap. I'm going to spin to 4 ranged. Yep,
And
that
he's
range
throwing
showing
it
on that Death Trooper.
into the Royal Guard, just trying to take care of him right away.
Yeah.
Stop Matt from removing his dice.
Yeah.
So pretty even so far.
And see, that's the best part about this is, you know, you ask who do you give the advantage to, but how do you know? I mean,
Exactly.
How do you know exactly what Matt's got in his deck? How do you know exactly what game plan Eric is rolling with and with what he has in his hand right now?
So Matt has another Electrostaff. He discards a Shoto lightsaber, draws up, gets a lightsaber throw.
And now we have 5 damage. So Matt also chose to go after the Rebel Trooper. I guess did Eric Guardian? Yeah, Eric Guardian to waste some damage with that.
Right.
So Matt just said, "I'll stick with it."
So both of our players wisely going for the Guardian character. Eric plays Rearm, but why is he putting that blaster on the Rebel Trooper?
Maybe get a second activation. Well, it's not a redeploy.
It's
now.
not redeploy.
Yeah. Huh. That's interesting.
That might just be a misplay.
Yeah, I definitely think that should go on the Commando.
Or the Wookiee Warrior.
Yeah.
Because he's probably the last target.
It's going to isolate the Wookiees die.
Isolation, that's a risky card for Matt to play since he does only have the 1 blue character.
Especially when that character's Guardian. He knows he's going to be Guardian damaged. So,
Right.
Yeah, that is definitely... I mean, we're happening to work out in that instance, that's for sure.
I mean, yeah, maybe that's something we'll have to ask him about later.
Yeah, and I'm really curious about Eric's thinking on dropping Pose Blaster on that more than half dead Rebel Trooper.
Because he doesn't have... Oh, he has a...
Secret Facility.
I was going to say I thought he had a Riot Baton in his hand, but that's villain, so... We are still sticking to
and
the
his
normal...
Battlefield Secret Facility, which lets you...
No, it's Imperial Armory.
Oh, it's Imperial Armory, not Secret Facility.
So Matt plays Flank to remove the post special. And then...
He's overriding.
Okay.
So, but still, I mean, that just...
Well, he didn't have the A280 in his graveyard, so he was getting the discount.
Right.
He was getting the discount from...
Now that
Rearm.
is redeploy, right?
Right.
Yeah, okay, I got you. Okay, so that makes a little bit more sense now.
Yeah, we just didn't see the A280 in his hand at the time. Eric likes to keep his cards close to his chest, as we've seen on stream before.
This is super interesting to watch this, Justin. Like...
So, Matt's in an interesting spot because he doesn't want to activate his Royal Guard just yet.
Yeah,
so
just wanting to wait
Matt
to see
discards
damage.
another Shoto lightsaber.
Still not rolling all that well. Rolls a Disrupt, a Blink, and a 1 ranged on the Death Trooper die.
So Eric playing Fortuitous Strike. And so a 1-cost event lets him reroll his dice and then deal damage equal to the number of range damage he rolled. So
Which is
he
0.
didn't roll anything.
So now we're going to see Magna Guard come in.
But that was a card that came out pretty big today, earlier in our tournament.
Was it? Now see, now this is where you also look at it with, you know, he's got that +2 melee showing on the Royal Guard. So, you know, having a mixed damage set of characters is, it might get just a little awkward.
Sometimes. But, I mean, it's good for removal.
Yeah.
at times.
Oh, there he goes, getting that modified +1 with the natural two sticks on Royal. So
Yeah, he would really like to be resolving that modified along with the Magna Guard's paid sides, but just not rolling what he needs to. So A280 Blaster moves over to the Rebel Commando.
yeah, we see Matt sitting a little bit more comfortable on his side of the board, but
Yeah, Eric really wasn't able to get anything going this round, and I think that just has to do with the number of damage sides.
see the overwrite with the IQA.
I think that just has to do with the number of damage sides that Matt has on his characters.
Yeah.
Comparatively to Eric.
So Matt drawing up that best defense. Matt's got a best defense in his hand now too, and is that Praetorian Guard. Eric draws the baby blaster. Looks like he drew a Y-wing. So gonna drop the baby blaster on the Rebel Commando.
So now Eric's getting in pretty good It's a Trap territory
Yeah.
with the amount of red upgrades he has.
And rolling that disrupt on Magna again, I'm sure Matt wishes he had Imperial Inspection out right now. I hope he included that in his deck with those disrupt sides.
So Eric just taking his time building up that Rebel Commando to be a monster. We're gonna finally get to see that energy slingshot. I haven't seen anybody play that.
Ooh, some squad tactics coming down.
Which is a card that Matt talked about. He said he actually forgot to put in his deck. And he's playing with all non-uniques, so...
Oh, got that 3-for-1 on the Wookiee, the 2-for-1 on the Baby Blaster, and only one resource showing on his dice. And I don't believe he has any other resources. So, got that special, but the special for one on the Rebel Commando.
And Matt's still got some mitigation in his hand. He has the best defense, and a few other things. Doesn't need to spend any mitigation right now.
Yeah. Let Eric dump his hand trying to get good rolls and then make him pay for it.
Exactly. So Eric's just deciding what to re-roll. He's going to keep the 2-for-1 on the DH-17 and doesn't want the
3-for-1.
the 3 melee on the Wookiee Warrior.
I guess he's wanting to resolve it all at one point. Maybe got the 3-for-1 back on the Wookiee, so doesn't really matter. I guess maybe just wanting to resolve all that damage in one action.
Right.
So doesn't look like Matt's going to guardian anything with the Royal Guard, or he's thinking about it.
I think he's deciding which one he wants to do. Probably just take the Rebel Commando die. Oh, he's not guarding anything.
No guardian.
Well, Matt already knows that Eric's targeting the Royal Guard, so
Yeah.
there's not much point in pulling more damage onto him and saving Eric those actions.
And so I think Eric just pitched his last card to reroll also. So if he comes up big, it's going to be for naught once Matt best defenses.
So Eric re-rolled into, looks like 6 damage and a resource. So now Matt's going to play best defense. Remove 4 damage. So he's saving himself 1 damage, and he's getting to spread that damage around.
Putting it where he wants it.
Put it on that big body Death Trooper. Just to be a shield for the Magna Guard as he's trying to get him built up. And Eric's switching targets.
Yep. I guess maybe trying to make Matt pay for not using that guardian.
This round, Eric was able to do a little bit better on damage. And Matt claiming Imperial Armory and dropping a Praetorian Guard on the Magna Guard
making
for
use of that battlefield ability.
1 resource.
So now he's got 2 characters with Guardian. So I think Matt's gonna. I think Eric might regret his decision there to throw that at the Death Trooper, because now Matt's just gonna be even spreading out his damage even more.
Mm-hmm.
So that.
And Eric drew into It's a Trap. So if Death Trooper rolls range, Eric could one-shot the Magna Guard. Oh, and Electro Staff coming down on Wookiee Warrior. Interesting. So now all his damage sides are free if it's linked up with that Electro Staff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, getting that blank on the Wookiee.
Yeah, but he rolled a +3 on the Electro Staff, so. Death Trooper coming in gets a 1 range and a 1 disrupt.
Imperial Inspection would be doing work here if Matt had it out.
Yeah, I don't know if he was running it. But he does have disrupt on 3 of his starting. Oh no, does the Magna Guard have disrupt?
Yes. Yeah, he rolled that disrupt on the Magna Guard earlier.
No, I think that's on the staff.
So Eric rolls
Yeah, the
out.
Magna Guard doesn't have a disrupt side. The disrupt is on the staff.
So Eric rolls out his Rebel. He only gets 3 damage showing, but Matt's gonna flank that 2 damage Rebel Commando die down. So showing that special for 1 on the Rebel Commando.
Remove any die.
Yep.
Eric plays Ren to get rid of Matt's Aftermath. I guess Eric might have been anticipating some salvage stands.
Yeah, or even Imperial Inspections. Which Imperial Inspections would totally would wreck his deck pretty hard. So he's gonna.
Ooh.
He got the It's a Trap. Oh no! What happened?
He did it 1 action too late. He decided to play Rend, and Matt was able to resolve the 1 damage.
Yep.
Man, and so now Matt knows that Eric has that. That is huge.
Which, I mean, you can play around that a little bit, but there eventually comes a point where you know you're going to see it. I mean, it helps to have that knowledge.
That was a big play mistake on Eric's part, and he's probably, he's feeling it.
So he's trying to get Aftermath off the board in anticipation of It's a Trap and one-shotting the guard. Maybe. But just for that one resource,
yeah,
just
it's
for
not worth
one
it.
resource, I think
He could have done 2, 4, 6. I mean, it's only 6 damage, but 6 damage out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that for 1 resource. So now he's just gonna try to reroll to get it. And I mean, this Wookiee Warrior could come up really big.
Yeah, if he can get that 3-for-1 like he's been rolling on it. Nope, gets the discard. And no
double
help
blanks
from
on
his
his
other side.
Rebel Commando dice. Magna Guard finally coming in. Gets a +1 on the Electro Staff, his blank on the Praetorian Guard, and a resource on his Magna Guard. It's cool to see these Magna Guards in play since nobody was running them in our tournament earlier this afternoon.
Yeah, I kind of like them.
Actually, most of these non-uniques, that's one of the things with a new set is that a lot of people want to play the named characters.
Yeah.
Your Sabines, your Rays.
I think they got a few non-unique characters. I think they got a few of the non-unique characters that came out with Empire are actually pretty good. They're going to be
definitely.
really good, just really good support characters.
So Eric's just deciding what to discard.
And I mean, I think you have to go with the discard to try and get some damage.
Yeah, it seems like he's just maybe an action behind.
Well, yeah, that Rend. Like I said, we were talking about Rend on our stream earlier. I like it, but it seems like that was played at the wrong time. It really seems like you take advantage of It's a Trap when it's out. When you have that, you just take advantage of it.
Right, it's so easy for your opponent to play around it. So Eric firing off the discard from the Wookiee. Oh man,
Was that armor support he got?
Yep. I don't know what he's holding on to that he needs more than damage.
Yeah.
Even if he just had It's a Trap, I might just discard it.
So it's electroshock and
maybe he thought he needed the
It's a Trap. Yeah.
the electroshock.
Well, it doesn't matter now. He doesn't have a resource, so.
Right. So discards the electroshock. Rerolling the staff because he doesn't have any base melee sides anymore.
Double blank.
Oh my goodness! Triple
blanks.
blanks. on the commando.
Oh man.
Eric, man.
That hurt.
And I mean, do you discard that it's a trap? I mean, you got to.
I don't know. I don't think so.
You don't?
I think I hold it for when I max. I mean, that's his other one's already gone, and that right there could be the damage swing to get him back in the game.
But Rebel Commando could die right here if Eric rerolls, or I mean Matt rerolls. Oh, he doesn't. Okay.
So I think first action here, you roll out Commando, and wait for him to roll out range
Eric
damage.
did 0. No, he did 1 damage that round. That was awful to see, especially when he could have gotten 6.
Yeah.
But it looks like Eric drew into a dug in, so he might be able to keep that.
And with 4 resources over there on Matt's side, I see the Z6 just glaring. That Z6 Riot Baton's about to come into play and do some work.
Now, Matt knows that Eric has it's a trap in his hand because he showed it to him last round.
Yeah, so I think if you're Matt here, you're rolling out your melee characters, keeping ranged off the board.
Right.
I even want to say if you have...
Double blanks again. Triple blanks again.
Oh, man, Eric. I almost even say that if you're Matt knowing he has that It's a Trap in his hand, you can just drop your Z6, roll out your melee characters, do work. Even if you don't activate, don't give them the option to It's a Trap on that. Leave your Death Trooper ready. Don't activate them.
So Magnagard gets a +2, a disrupt, and
can't tell
what the Magnagard has on his die.
All right, so Eric's out resources, so he's gonna electroshock.
The +2.
Yeah, the +2 off the.
So the Magnagard must have rolled some damage.
Yeah.
And Matt's up to 4 resources. He's in endless ranks territory.
Oh, that would be sickening. I think if I'm Eric and he endless ranks, it's almost scoop point.
Right.
I don't know though. I have a hard time scooping in Destiny, Justin. I've seen a lot of people come back from a lot of things that.
I mean, we saw it today with Mace Windu, Rebel Trooper against Hera, Maz, Ezra.
It's really hard for me to scoop at a super early point in the game, even when you're more than likely you're just dead in the water.
Yeah, we had a game today where Mace Windu took 6 damage to the face turn 1, and he didn't do. I don't think he did any damage turn 1.
He didn't do any damage.
Did
I
he
don't
even
think
do
the first
any
2
damage
turns.
turn 2? Yeah. So the Hera player had 25 effective health.
Yep.
And the Mace Windu player had 13 at that point.
And beginning of round 3, the Mace Windu supporting character, the Rebel Trooper, died. So beginning of round 3, he has 6 damage on him, and 0 damage done on the other side, and he pulls it out.
So it's never over till it's over. So Matt's doing the 2 damage. Has no redeploy upgrades, so...
Not looking too good for Matt here.
Yeah. This is...
And now his It's a Trap isn't going to...
Well, you could It's a Trap
the melee, but...
Electrostaff.
Yeah, but...
Which I think could be pretty good in a K2SO deck.
Yeah. Maybe you're onto something there, Justin.
I don't know. I just like taking the characters people say are bad and beating them with them because it's funny. So Death Trooper comes out, gets a blank and 1 damage. Wookiee Warrior. Finally able to... Oh, no, he rolled a shield. I thought he got a melee damage on it.
And see, now we're also coming back to if that 5 damage from the Death Trooper, if he'd have stayed with the Royal Guard, the Royal Guard would be dead right now. So... It's really tough for me to watch somebody split their damage. I'm going to drop a Z6 down for 2.
On the Death Trooper.
On the Death Trooper. I mean, there's no modified sides on it, so... And he's probably going to be... If for some reason Eric starts out putting a lot of damage on his dice, he's probably going to be guarding stuff with that Magna Guard now.
So Eric's still got 8 health left. He might have second chance in his deck.
Oh, second chance.
So that would mean he has 13 effective hit points to Matt's $14.
Yeah.
So it's still pretty even, although Matt's board state is looking really nice right now.
Yeah.
Rolls out, gets 5 damage.
A Death Trooper with a Z6 on him.
And Eric finally drawing into his squad tactics. That's difficult.
Well, he squad tactics earlier. Yeah, Eric already played squad tactics once, but of course that second one would have helped a long time ago. Come on, Eric, you can do it, buddy. He's got that holdout blaster in his hand. It seems like Eric was really running into problems with resources also.
That's true. Even with choosing to do the Rebel Commando Elite and
Right.
keep the Wookiee Warrior at 1 die.
Now, it isn't over, this, Matt's got this game, but Eric, it's best of 3, so.
And that might be one of those things that Eric forgot, was to put a logistics in his deck, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really difficult when you only have 20 minutes.
Yeah,
you can't think of everything.
That was one of the funniest things to me when you and Grant were, we were testing this out, was to watch you and Grant both sit down and immediately just be like, oh, I can't believe I forgot that card, It just seems like it would be one of the first cards to pop into your head and go on the deck, and just you overlook it because you're concentrating so hard on so many things at one time.
Right.
So, yeah, it looks like...
I think Eric scooped.
Yep. So we're going to go to game 2. Matt got the first one.
So Eric gets to choose the battlefield this time around. He'll probably choose Matt's to get the shields. And I think Matt's running Separatist base, so we'll see if Eric wants to go with that.
And the Separatist base does what?
It forces your opponent to choose and deal an unblockable damage to one of their characters.
Right. Not one of the battlefields you see played very often.
No, it's really only good if you're playing a fast deck.
Right.
Or something that can claim easily.
Yeah.
Or even something that has a lot of hit points. Because you can soak that extra damage
you're not too
better
worried
than your
about it.
opponent. Yeah, typically.
So this is going to be interesting to see how this plays out.
What do you think Eric needs to do differently this time around?
One, I'm still not so sure about playing the when he brought back the blaster on his Rebel Trooper knowing he was about to die just for the override ability. He was already activated. Your other characters were already activated by the time you redeploy. So, I don't know. I think that slowed him down. And also, when you have It's a Trap in your hand and
you gotta play
you
it.
have targets for it, there should be no question. 99% of the time, you're going to play It's a Trap.
Right.
Hit their ambush, do your damage. I'll do whatever I was going to do on my next action.
So, this was the first time that Matt and Eric had seen each other's decks. So now Matt has an idea. They both have an idea of what each other's trying to do. That could heavily influence their target priorities in this second game.
Yes. Yeah, we saw Matt go after the Rebel Trooper after Guardian. We saw Eric go after the Royal Guard after Guardian. Even playing against Guardian characters, personally, when I see... I'm going to have my target priority, period. Now, even if that's not your Guardian character, I'm going to let you Guardian that damage, and I'm going to keep after, because if you keep Guardian damage, you're eventually putting it down to where I can resolve 3 or 4 dice, and one will kill that guy, and the rest of that damage will still go to my priority target. So,
Right.
I don't think, I could be wrong, but just going straight after the Guardian there, I think the quicker that the quicker Eric gets that Death Trooper off the table, the better he'll be. Like we see Matt.
I don't know. You might want to keep him around so you can hit the trap.
Man, I think I'd rather just It's a Trap to finish him off.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right.
He still has It's a Trap, for his Wookiee. So now they do take. Eric does choose to take Matt's battlefield and put. Eric chose his own battlefield. So Matt got the shields and put them on that Royal Guard.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that.
No,
we saw last game that both players claimed about the same amount. So
Right.
the Separatist base really evens out.
Yeah.
And those 2 shields at the beginning make a big difference.
And Eric just Guardianed away 3 damage. I mean, Matthew just Guardianed away 3 damage with those 2 shields on the roll guards. So.
And Matt automatically playing a Z6 after an Enrage. And it was a 2 damage that
2
you
damage,
Guardianed
yeah. So the Enrage
after the
is what
Enrage.
did the damage, yeah. So Matt plays. He discarded that.
He discarded a Y-Wing.
Yeah.
And in here earlier, he was saying that he put Y-Wings in there in case he gets paired up against Trey.
So he's holding. It looks like he's holding a dug in, or no, is that a defensive position? And it's a trap. So he's got it's a trap in his hand.
Defensive position, man. If he had the resource right now, would be so good.
Right.
So we got 3 damage coming on Matthew's side.
Yeah, and he's gonna get that resource, hoping that Matt.
And Matt's probably gonna resolve that 3 damage right away, I would assume. No.
He's gonna reroll. He is setting.
He is gonna get.
No, he changed his mind. Thinking about it now.
Yeah.
Yep, he's gonna resolve it.
Yeah, you don't want Eric to mess you up with that resource.
And now, so see if you're Eric here, Matt doesn't have any resources, so you're not worried about the 3-for-1. There's no resource on the Death Trooper die, so.
Yeah, it looks like Eric's gonna pass, and see if Matt re-rolls.
Now, if you're Matt here, do you just pass and start the next round? You leave Eric dead in the water on one of his characters?
No, I would re-roll and make him use his whatever mitigation he has. Because then you can just claim on your next action and you don't lose much.
Yeah.
He also rolled a disrupt, so he could disrupt him here, which might not be a bad play.
He's got that rend in his hand again, also, but no targets for it. So.
Yeah, and if I'm Eric, I don't think I hold on to that rend.
No, I think I'm pitching it. I don't know if in a deck building thing, like not having seen. Now Eric had a lot of 2-cost upgrades, so not having seen Imperial Inspection, I don't think I hold on to rend. So because that'd probably be my priority target for that card.
Right.
So I didn't see it last game, and the last game went several rounds. There was a lot of cards played. You figure you probably would have seen an Imperial Inspection. So.
So Matt rerolled the baton, got the resource, and was able to logistics it. So Matt is going into turn 2 with a huge resource advantage.
Yeah,
he has a
this
3-cost
gonna get
upgrade
ugly.
and 4 resources.
So Praetorian, a lightsaber throw, an isolation.
Shoto Saber and a lightsaber.
Yeah, so there.
So you can drop the Praetorian and the Shoto, and then that Shoto can start. Oh no, because the Shoto has to be on a character with a weapon. So
Right.
he'll probably put the. Okay, so he puts the Praetorian Guard on the Magna Guard to make his to give him Guardian as well.
Now, if I'm Eric, I think I'm getting dice in the pool now for. Well,
It's
no,
a trap.
He played the blaster, so he doesn't have the resources for It's a Trap right now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it seems like Eric did forget to put a logistics in his deck. But I mean, it's hard to think of all the scenarios and all the cards because, I mean, especially when you have several different decks built already and you're like pulling cards out.
Well,
from
and it's
different
not only
lines.
that; it's hard to look at something you just built and go, well, I think it's going to be tight on resources, but I should be okay.
Right.
And as opposed to looking at it and go, I definitely need a way to get more resources in this deck.
Yeah. I mean, Eric did play. He is playing a lot of 2-cost upgrades. And he is running the Imperial Armory, so to decrease the cost of those even more. But I think all of his mitigation is at least 1 cost.
Right.
So if he plays a 2-cost upgrade at the start of the turn, he's gonna have to resolve a resource somewhere in order to play some form of mitigation.
So we see that Rebel Trooper going down. Matthew stuck with it as a target, so Eric needs to start putting out some damage. Trying to get that modified side on that Electra Staff so he could resolve that Wookiee die for free, but just not happening.
Yeah, Eric's rolls have not been that great to him.
Was that a 50% chance to get a modified psi on that die?
Yeah. So he's probably going to toss the... He'll probably keep the DH-17 so he can drop that at the end of the round if he's able to claim.
Right.
But it's a tough choice between the It's a Trap and the defensive position. What do you discard to reroll?
I think
here?
I drop defensive position.
I mean,
yeah. I don't know with his rebel.
Oh, and he's rerolling the Wookiee.
Oh, why would you? Now he's going to get the modified side and doesn't have the 3-for-1 to go with it.
Why did? Oh no.
Eric, you bad boy.
And I mean, these guys have been here since,
Yeah,
2 o'clock. So they've played. What? This is their 6th game of Destiny in 5 hours.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I mean, both of them are probably beat, and just making silly mistakes.
I don't know though. They're both sharp players. I mean, Eric's probably thinking I've been rolling bad. Let me go ahead and reroll this Wookiee. Maybe I'll get something else on it I can use or a resource But I think every time
that might just be not playing with Electro Staff that much.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It hurts to see it.
Yeah, because I mean, once you've been playing with some of the cards for a while, you automatically know the percentages you have to get on stuff. Yeah. And that really factors into your decisions.
And so he does claim and drop that baby blaster for free.
So his board state's a lot better than it was last game at this point.
Just not getting those rolls, Justin. He needs damage shown.
Well, he still has
resolvable damage.
He still has It's a Trap, so he's going to be able to burst for at least 6, maybe 8 damage if he can get his characters in the pool.
Yeah, I think he needs to slow down on playing upgrades now and concentrate more on having resources available to resolve dice.
And mitigate.
Yeah, and mitigate as well.
Because Matt has the potential for a lot of damage on his side of the board.
Yes, he's going to activate his trooper.
Try to get the most red dice he can for It's a Trap. Well, that's not bad.
It didn't roll bad to begin with. So he's going to Guardian away the 2. That's one thing. If you have It's a Trap with your character playing Guardian characters, you almost want to roll bad. So they leave your die alone.
Lobo Guerra, this is not top cut from the tournament earlier. This is a separate event.
No, that would have been some epicness if these would have been top cut.
So we had 4 players that volunteered for this event that we wanted to do to like showcase some of our competitive players and show off their deck building skills and to help newer players just be able to evaluate cards a little better. And all the players have to use 3 non-unique characters, and then all the other things were randomized. Their battlefield, the colors of characters were randomized, and hero or villain. And then they were allowed to make one of their characters elite. So Matt chose to run an elite Death Trooper with a Royal Guard and a Magna Guard.
Yeah, so when he drew his color restrictions, he drew a red, and a blue.
And then Eric decided to do an elite Rebel Commando with a Rebel Trooper and a Wookiee Warrior. So
yeah, this isn't top cut. This is our Duel of Fates challenge. We give them restrictions and see what they can come up with deck building wise, and that's what we're watching right now. So, oh man, Eric, Justin, that Rebel Trooper's taking some damage over there. Yep, there's 5 more. There goes the Rebel Trooper.
Man, that is an obscene amount of damage. And he hasn't even rolled in his Magna Guard.
Yeah.
Who also has Guardian to spread that damage out.
Yeah, that Praetorian Guard just sitting over there just in case. So, overriding with Pose Blaster. More sticks on the Magna Guard.
Well, Wookiee Warrior comes in, and he's going to be able to get that free 3 damage. But
finally going to get that free free resolve.
Oh, Matt activated the Magna Guard. So he can't Guardian it with the Praetorian.
Right. Right.
And he doesn't have any resources for mitigation. Man, I haven't seen Endless Ranks. I wonder if Matt's not running it.
Maybe not. I would almost say it's kind of, I don't know, with 2 red non-unique characters, it seems like almost auto-include.
Especially since he was running Aftermath.
Yeah, that, and the only reason I can say maybe not was worrying about resources, but with Aftermath in there, maybe he just hadn't drawn it yet. Maybe he was going more straight towards just aggro damage. You know, I think I can do more damage to you before you can do it to me. I don't need Endless Ranks kind of thing. So.
And I mean, it's working so far.
Yeah.
So Eric, he played a Y-wing. So
Got that 2 range side on
that's
the
a lot
Y-wing.
of damage.
He's about to do 4. That's 10 damage. He could one-shot the Death Trooper.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know though. I'd probably kill the Magna Guard because you get rid of another guard. I don't know what I would do. And that's one of the things about this format is that
Wait, is that +2 on the staff, or is
yes.
that...
So
okay.
that's actually
only
9
5.
damage.
Yeah, it's only 9. So
he is gonna kill the Magna Guard.
yeah.
Not a bad play at all. Matt's gonna be able to play Aftermath though before he dies.
Yeah. Go ahead and kill him. Hang on, just let me gain a resource off of it before you do. Yep.
Slaps it down very authoritatively.
And I think if you're Eric, you're like, whatever, I'm finally getting somewhere with damage. You can have the 1 resource.
Right. Although I don't know, he might get him 1 resource closer to the
Oh
Endless
no, he
Ranks.
switches to the Royal Guard. Switch targets to the Royal Guard.
Yeah, I don't know.
Huh.
Why didn't he just kill the Magna Guard? I mean, it wouldn't kill Magna Guard till the end of the round, but
I mean, he
that would
saves
kill him
himself
next round.
He saves himself 2 damage because Matt got the 2 for 1, but you can't know that. The percentages on that are like highly unlikely. So I mean,
So Eric has a 33% chance to hit damage on this Post Blaster.
so Matt's claim. Do you try to?
I would discard the Electro Staff.
Yeah. I
Oh,
don't-
actually, no. I would play the Electro Staff and use it for It's a Trap, maybe. I don't know, because it's too easy to control that Wookiee Warrior's base damage. Yeah, I discard that Electro Staff. Try to get something out of Poe's Blaster.
Yep. Do it, Eric. Do it. Do it. Do it. No.
So. Oh, he's discarding It's a
Oh,
Trap.
it's a trap. He thinks
Why
he's
is he
gonna.
discarding
I
It's a
don't know.
Trap? He could do 4 damage with that.
I guess that's special on Post Blaster.
Well, that's 2 more damage. He's
Yeah.
gonna kill the Royal Guard. Man, if he kept that It's a Trap.
That is that could be what 3, 6, 9 damage.
Well, it could be 4. Because he could turn the...
Oh yeah, I was thinking of the other electric.
So wait, if he wasn't going to discard the Electro Staff, why didn't he overwrite something with it? Oh, he wants to override the DH-17. He doesn't have the resource.
Oh yeah. I don't know. It seems like you're slowing yourself down though. Like at this point, it almost seems like he has to take what he has, and just deal damage with it. So,
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm very surprised to not see It's a Trap in... Or, I mean, Second Chance in Eric's deck.
So that
Maybe he's thinking since he only has 1 yellow character, it's not going to be that effective, but... They're going to kill the...
that Death Trooper has 7 damage showing right there. So it's not looking very good at all for Matt. I mean for Eric. It's going to be at 2 health left once Matt resolves this 3 for 1 on the Riot Baton. Oh, and that's game. Yeah, he has lightsaber throw in his hand. So.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yep. So he's gonna lightsaber throw for 2, then resolve the 3 for 1. Oh well, he has defensive position in his hand. Well, he doesn't have any resources. Yeah, he does. Okay.
He doesn't have the battlefield.
Doesn't control the battlefield. Yep. Yep. So Eric's just dead. Doesn't know it.
Rolls in the Y-wing.
Lightsaber
Matt
throw.
pulls out the lightsaber throw for 2.
GG. Oh, did he get the resource disruption on the Y-wing? Oh no. Okay.
Oh, he got the special. So
Yeah.
Matt did the 4 damage onto his Death Trooper, and now he just resolves the 3 for the win. Yep, and that's it.
Well, heroes not getting there again. That was our only hero deck, right?
Yep, that was the only hero deck that. I mean, it was all randomized beforehand, so we couldn't have known. But
Yeah.
it's unfortunate.
Just not getting there again.
Yeah, we'll see if we can pull Eric in here and maybe
Yeah.
talk to him about some of his decisions that we saw that maybe could have gone
Right.
differently, and some of the plays he made. So stay with us, and we'll be back in just a second. All right, guys, we got Eric in here, and so Eric,
Yeah.
why no logistics?
Because-
you always had 0 resources to play
Because
stuff.
20 minutes. 20 minutes.
Yeah, like we said, guys, this thing really puts you under the gun, and you come through at the end, and it's just like, why did I not
Yeah.
play this?
Well, that
Like
and
when
if I could go back and do it again, I would have gone the Wookiee warrior as my elite character, because I realized all he had to do was remove one of his characters, and then Electro Staff meant nothing. So
Right.
if I could go back and do it again, that's what I would have done.
right,
So, but you find that out in very first testing. So
you probably
It
would have
is what
played
it is.
logistics to get some money,
maybe, yeah.
because it seemed like every turn you were playing a 2-cost upgrade, and then you didn't have money to play It's a Trap or play removal.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
Yeah,
I actually debated that when I was first building the deck, was whether or not I wanted to have a bunch of 1 costs that I could kind of spike into. But yeah, probably logistics would be good. Problem is that the problem that I saw was that maybe removing my die to gain the 2 resources would have been really good, but then at the same time it would have slowed down the game. But Double Guardian, that was tough. Every single time I would have damage, I didn't get to focus fire really anything. So. But yeah, no, definitely learning fun. So we say we had 20 minutes, right? The first honest about 5 to 10 minutes is literally thinking, who do you want to make your elite, and then where do you
Right.
where are you going to put things? So you really have 10 minutes to actually build your deck.
right.
So that's probably another part of it. It was like, it needs to be fast, it needs to be able to deal damage. You need to have some mitigation, and then the logistics isn't a mitigation card. Yeah, it's a support card to help you get stuff, but you just don't think about that always all the time. So
Another
It is
one,
what it is.
another one that I thought for this particular format with the 3 characters, I thought an auto include if you got red was Aftermath,
yeah,
because it's
But
pretty much a 0-cost card for potentially 4 resources.
right.
And then if you have 2 of them out,
is
8
Aftermath-
resources for 0.
Neutral.
Neutral.
It's neutral. Yeah, it would have been a good one. But again, I don't play that, so it was getting used to it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, was there any other
Last
cards?
thoughts?
Yeah.
um,
Do you feel like this helped you
The-
like learn like the value of some?
Well, the biggest thing
some
that
of the more auto include cards.
well, from an auto include standpoint, I don't know about that, because this is a format that you're not going to play in
Right.
normally. But I
Right.
think it was interesting in the sense of, I 100% thought like, yes, my commando is going to be my main character, and then I realized that it needed to be my Wookiee warrior, but that was banking on the fact that Wookiee would still be there at the end, so that way my all of my spot yellows would still be relevant, and I realized that it didn't really matter if I had to remove his die, like for negotiate. When I have Electro Staff on there, I need the second die. So
Right.
live and learn. So yeah,
All right. Well, thanks for coming out today.
Yeah.
Had a blast.
It was fun. We'll see. I want to see how this next match goes. I want to see what they built and then see who wins at the end.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. So stick with us, guys. We'll be on to our next match in just a second.